and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming a general reading for all signs live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Dre and the lovely Deline, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, moderators. And thank you to everybody for joining us today for this general reading for all signs. I am reading with this ancient Italian tarot, and I'm going to purify with my favorite L'Occitane Vervain. 3 sprays in a big room is what I use. You can do fine with just 1. You can find information about these products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. Like I said, this is a general reading for all signs for today, the 21st of February, 2023. It's going out to everybody, whether you're watching with me live or on a restream. It does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, you can just disregard it because it's probably not meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. The most recent zodiacal readings are available on my website at ariels-corner.com, arielscorner.com. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. We also have a shop, and that's over at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of beautiful merchandise, including tarot decks, and we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. I don't read with card reversals, so you are going to see me flipping cards right side up when they come out upside down. It's just my style of reading. Nothing to worry about. It worked perfectly for me. Make sure that if you're watching on YouTube that you like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. And if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch our videos on Twitch without ads by subscribing to us on Twitch. All right. This is feeling pretty shuffled. I'm going to give it a few more shuffles just to make sure. Just because I want it to be randomized for you. And then I'll give it a nice clean cut and we'll see what's in the cards for everybody today. Oh, come back here, you. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with everybody today. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate you being here. All right, we've got the King of Swords. That looks like it's trying to be in your rear view, so let's hope that's true. Yeah, Knight of Cups, beautiful. And the Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're doing great. So the tendency for you to kind of get hooked into conflict and to own conflict and to need to, to be right against all odds, that kind of thing. It's something that many of you maybe have been struggling with. Don't feel bad about yourself if that's true. It's just normal. I mean, it's just human. But it's amazing that so many of you are just choosing against that, saying, I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to be right. I want to be happy. I don't want to have conflict be the center, the cornerstone of my life today. What I would rather have is everything good, right? And so that everything good here is this Knight of Cups. That the cups are a spiritual suit. Now they can be an emotional suit, and they can be a suit of love. They can be all in romance and things like that. But in my readings, I like to really focus on the spiritual aspect of the cups, because if you think, like I like to say a lot, that the liquid that goes in that cup is the nature of liquid is that if you pour it out, it just goes everywhere. And we want your spiritual good to go everywhere, to all aspects of your life. Now, this Knight of Cups is talking about how there's a lot of assistance constantly available to you on a spiritual level that can go wherever it needs to go, whether it's career, money, relationships, whatever the problems in the story are. But when you are thinking, I know what to do, I'm going to decide, I need to do this, I need to do that, I'm right, then you're saying no to that help, because you're saying, I don't need help, I know what to do. And the problem is that the King of Swords thinks it knows what to do, and it knows what to do as far as keeping that conflict going. But as far as you having a resolution to conflict, it's not so smart, that part of our personality. And so the idea that you're opening your mind to the spiritual assistance that's available to you right now, and saying no to that King of Swords is huge. That's huge. And where you're headed today with all of that is this nurturing of your passions. And we talk about this when this comes up a lot, but it really deserves to be, just to, give yourself some time to think about what brings me joy. What do I love? Not what's going to bring me money, not what's going to make, solve my problems, but what, for no other reason than I love it. What do I love? What do I love? A lot of times what we do is we say, I'll think about that later. I've got bills to pay. I've got things that need to be taken care of. I need, whatever. I need. That's King of Swords. That's keeping your own agenda at the forefront rather than infinite intelligence's agenda, which shows up in your joy. And the thing that people don't realize is that if you do nurture that which brings you joy, if you do nurture those things, whether or not they directly, bring you the benefits that you think you need, it's through that energy that everything is taken care of for you, that all of your needs are met. It's just through that energy, because everything's energy. Everything is energy. All things are energy. Money is energy. Relationships are energy. Possessions are energy. Your car is energy. Your clothes are energy. Everything is energy. And when you can align with the energy of your soul, which always shows up through in that which is joyous to you. So if you spend time in that energy, then what you're doing is you're allowing that assistance to just flood through you, because that's the channel. That's the channel through which this assistance comes to you, is through your nurturing of that which brings you joy. And it's interesting because a lot of times once we finally allow ourselves to just do what we want to do, we start to see things healing and things moving in the right direction and things working out for us. And we look back and we forget how hardened we were. We sometimes forget how bad, things seemed to us, because, in the rearview mirror, it just seems like, that was no big deal. But it was a big deal. It was a big deal, a lot of the stuff that you were going through. So don't discount what you were going through once it's over. But at the same time, understand that one of the reasons why it was so hard is because you thought that you needed to come up with all the answers yourself. You thought you needed to be right. You thought you needed to have certain things happen in a certain way in order, to get your needs met. The last thing the King of Swords wants to hear is, what's your joy? The last thing the King of Swords wants to hear is, what's going to bring you happiness? What do you love to do? No, the King of Swords is very cutting, and the King of Swords is like, no, I don't want to hear any of that stuff. I want, it's got to be this way. I got to have money, or I got to have, I got to destroy my enemy, or whatever it is, whatever it is. Very hard, very harsh personal will over the will of your soul. That's what that King of Swords is. And that's what most of you seem to be saying no to. Seem to be leaving behind you. What a wonderful thing to see. And look at what happens as a result of that. That's the birth of it. That Ace of Cups, that's the birth of all of your good, all of your prosperity. See, this is a prosperous card. I like prosperity in the suit of cups because it's not financial only. It's included in there, but it's not just possessions. It's not just money. It's joy. It's happiness. It's love. It's all of the truth about you. It's the truth of who you are. There's even that little angel sitting there guarding your cup. Think about how big this cup is. At least think of it at least as big as the house that you live in, or the apartment that you live in, maybe even bigger. Bigger than a sequoia tree even. So remind yourself that infinite intelligence's prosperity for you, that's earmarked for you personally, is infinite. It's huge. It'll never run out. But this King of Swords thinks that it knows better, so it's going to keep that at bay because it wants it its way. So remind yourself constantly, if you start going back into those fearful or angry thoughts again, just remind yourself that you're deciding against your prosperity when you do that. You're deciding against your good. Instead, today is all about nurturing what you love, nurturing your joy, nurturing what brings you joy. And that's this Eight of Cups is such an intuitive card. And that intuition is where your assistance comes. But remember, there's a difference between intuition and reaction. There's a difference between intuition and fearful reaction. Fearful reaction is what this King of Swords does. Intuition is peaceful. Intuition is a peaceful, still, small voice that is always guiding you in the right direction, where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to do. It's always in that present moment, whereas this King of Swords is always either resenting the past or planning for an imagined future that's not where you want to go. That's not the future that you want to create for yourself. Look at this. Look at the other outcome of all of this. Choosing for your joy, choosing for spirit instead of for ego. What does it bring you? That Nine of Cups is pure satisfaction. Pure satisfaction. It's the magnetic draw. It's like if you took a magnet and you dragged it through the sand. The magnet doesn't have to be the King of Swords. The King of Swords would say, "You will come to me now because I said so." That's not what the magnet does. The magnet just is a magnet, and it can't help but draw those iron filings to itself. It can't help but draw all of that to itself in a perfect pattern. And see, that's what you living in joy today is all about, is realigning your magnetism so that all your good is pulled to you in the perfect pattern. Whereas this King of Swords doesn't have magnetism. That's the part of your mind that wants to force things into being, that thinks it knows best, that can never get the magnet, those iron filings to line up in a perfect pattern. It's impossible. It might try to force them in a perfect pattern, but it will never happen. It can never ever happen. So this King of Swords thinks it's so powerful. It thinks it's so powerful, but really what's powerful is your joy. Really what's powerful is your peace. Really what's powerful is your soul. So remind yourself today that mostly it looks like you're choosing for your soul. You're choosing for your joy. You're choosing to live in those patterns of joy and really considering what you love and allowing that to help you. And then if you notice that you're starting to get tense and upset again, just remind yourself, oh, that's King of Swords. I'm just choosing against my joy. I want to choose for my joy, because the King of Swords can't have joy. It's foreign to it. It's not allowed in its kingdom. It's not allowed. Joy is not allowed in the Swords kingdom. Not as far as he's concerned, right? So today is a wonderful day for you. Today is a day of an opening of that prosperity that you've been wanting, but maybe didn't understand what it was. So yes, it will include money if you need money, but it's so much bigger than money. It's so much bigger than money. It's joy, and it's everything that makes you who you are as a soul, rather than this diminishment of who you are as a soul, which is what the King of Swords wants to do. It's a beautiful day. Good for you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy to see all of this joy, and I hope that it continues for weeks and weeks and forever. And we'll see you tomorrow for another reading. Thank you so much to the amazing moderator team, Dre, Deline, and Shirley. And we'll see everybody for another general reading tomorrow. Blessed be.